dun 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 dun.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
So Jaws.
Yeah, you wanted to say something about Jaws.
I had a little marathon recently.
Oh, really?
Not of the Jaws movies.
Then why did you bring up Jaws?
It was a red herring. Well, actually, no, it was more of a shark.
A red shark.
Herring's a type of fish, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there goes Mike.
Not the point. Oh.
Mike fell in a hole.
Well,
with a net loss of
he
one
fell in a
Mike.
ditch like a silly bitch.
He's the ditch bitch.
But no, I did watch the tail end of Jaws: The Revenge, which, hoo boy.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
You know, the movie itself wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was bad, but like, it was more the concept, I guess.
Yeah.
More the concept that a shark could seek revenge.
Yeah, that's fair.
That the shark could hold a grudge, have a vendetta.
Especially after they've blown it up 3 times.
Yeah. But no. So that got me kind of on a kick of watching actually good shark movies.
Does exist?
I know, right? Amongst the piles of shit. There are some goodies out
They
there.
occasionally get it right.
Although, like, even the good ones sometimes are, like, decent at best. Like, passable. I watched, the first one I watched was Open Water, which, not the one to start on, I'll say that. It wasn't necessarily found footage, but they were definitely playing it like it was, I mean, it was based on a true story, so in some semblance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about like a what's it called, a couple they go scuba diving and their boat leaves them behind, and then of course the inevitable shark. But
I think I've heard of this one actually.
yeah, and then I think the sequels kind of just went down your stereotypical shark movie route. But the first one was actually praised by critics because, like, it wasn't just another exploitative shark film.
Yeah.
So that one I was like, wow, that was kind of a buzzkill, a mood killer. But
yeah.
Then I watched, what was it? 47 Meters Down. That one was you know, I watched a review on it and they summed up my thoughts on it. Interesting concept at first. For an entire movie, maybe not.
Okay.
Cause the location's cool. It's like basically the whole premise. They get trapped in you know, the shark diving cages, and then the cord snaps. So they're 47 meters down.
Okay.
But then you realize you're gonna spend the entire movie
47 meters down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was entertaining. And then after that, shoot, what did I watch? I watched 4 movies. Those were 2. The Reef.
Okay.
That's a good movie. It's this Australian movie. And you could tell by the name they get stranded on a reef.
Okay.
And again, inevitable shark.
Of course.
You stay out the deep dark water, kid.
Well, if anything, they're in the shallows, so there shouldn't be a shark there.
We'll get to that.
At least not a shark that could pose a threat.
Because that's the next movie I watched, is The Shallows.
Okay.
Which that might be the best shark movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it's
like actually good, or like so
actually
bad?
Good.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of the shark movies, they're like so bad it's good, or just so bad it's bad. Need I remind them of Sky Sharks?
I want to say Sharktopus versus Whalewolf.
I kind of want to see that too.
I want to see it as well.
Wasn't there another one? Terracuda, that was the other one.
Yeah, Terracuda.
But no, and the reef was good. And then we got to Shallows. The Shallows.
Joey.
Yeah.
I can turn Chris into a Power Ranger. Not right now.
Do it.
I can't do it right now. I'm just saying, eventually, Chris will become a Power Ranger.
But yeah, no. If my recommendation, The Shallows remind me a lot of Crawl. If you guys have ever seen that.
Oh my gosh,
Have you?
I have not, but
You
that
should totally watch
I
Crawl.
want to see Crawl. However, there was an article talking about how Crawl is a better reptile monster movie than Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That's what?
That's not a fair comparison.
They're completely different.
They are completely essentially, and there was like 4 big differences. They did 4 things. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Who is injured Elf Kitty? Oh, it's her. Yeah, that's okay. Question 2. Who is Quizmaster Costello? Yeah.
Gee, I wonder. Couldn't be the guy with the big question mark on his head.
That'd be stupid. You're stupid.
Yeah?
Who is Dark Lord Awfully Bad? I guess it'd be that guy. That was really easy. But yeah, so there was a few points. I can't remember exactly all of them. I know one of them was that Crawl has a dog.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not. I wish I was. Another one was saying like Crawl is short and sweet. So Crawl is like 90 minutes compared to King of the Monsters like 100 and something minutes. I'm like, that is completely subjective.
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like there needs to be some build-up in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Whereas like, no, I shouldn't say it, because Crawl's marketed as more of a horror movie. So.
It's also just kind of a thriller.
Yeah.
It's like a horror thriller kind of thing. And
which, by the way, it's directed by, I think it's directed by Sam Raimi. Which, if
here, take the reins.
I mean, you'd probably know him from Spider-Man.
Yes.
I know him from Evil Dead, and I think he also directed one of the Grudge movies. Not the point, but yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a righteous dude. All right. Yeah. So the moral of the story here, just watch The Shallows.
Here it is. Okay, so it's on Entertainment Weekly. Why Crawl is a better reptile monster movie than Godzilla King of the Monsters. Do you want me to just read this article outright?
Yeah, sure. By the way, if you want to watch Crawl, I'd like to watch
I'd
it
like to watch Crawl in general.
When I watched it, I was really excited for it, but then I watched it in really shitty quality, and I was like, you know, I'd like to see this, like, actually good, you know?
Yeah. Today marks the release of Crawl, the brutal, wet, seriously there's a lot of water involved, and wild alligator horror movie from Piranha 3D director Alexandre Aja.
Piranha 3D?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And the most surprising thing about this schlocky B-movie, which stars Barry Pepper and Kaya Scodelario as a father-daughter duo trying to escape their old home's flooding gator-infested crawl space during a hurricane, is that it's much better than it has any right to be. In fact, Crawl is so good that we think it's better than this summer's other reptile monster movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Here are 4 reasons why.
Real quick, it was produced by Sam Raimi.
Okay, what, Crawl was?
Yeah.
But yeah, so can I just say the fact that they have to specify reptile monster movie? They're
really stretching.
They're stretching to be able to compare these two, because these movies...
Stretching!
These movies are not comparable in the slightest. Ooh, shooting star. What will I ask for? Don't ask for the monster.
Banana.
Ask for the gold. We need more gold.
Banana.
Ask for the gold. Anyways, so yeah. 1, it's self-aware. One of the most important things for any low-budget horror movie with a silly premise, like What If Jaws but with an alligator, is to be conscious of its own silliness. Crawl is at least mildly, if not acutely, aware it is silly, and benefits from it. Because the movie knows what it is, audiences are more willing to suspend their disbelief, otherwise eye-roll-inducing lines like, "I'm an apex predator all day," invoke laughter and cheers, and mediocre-looking CGI alligators are still a terrifying threat.
Don't get me wrong.
Hang on, this part's not done yet. King of the Monsters, on the other hand, fails to recognize that it's a big, dumb movie about giant monsters fighting each other. With dozens of minutes of self-serious debate over whether or not to unleash the Titans, the movie is an unfocused slog.
So it's a matter of opinion.
Them's fighting voids.
Big dumb movie. Sounds like a big dumb reviewer.
Honestly, this is mostly clickbait, I think. 2. Critics love it.
Is this a BuzzFeed article?
This is Entertainment Weekly, actually. Oh. So, 2. Critics love it. Because, that's a measure of quality.
I mean, I'll give them this. It's like certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe.
That doesn't mean shit to me.
Well, I know, but that's not... I'm saying it's a good movie.
Joey, The Last Jedi reviewed fresh.
I'm saying... By the way, I don't know if you've seen recently, there's a lot of... so I got curious and I was looking up best movies of the 2010s.
Yeah?
There's a lot of lists that include The Last Jedi.
I liked it.
But it's funny because it's because when it came out, it seemed like everyone hated it.
Yeah, you're right.
And now it seems like people are saying "Oh, that was the best one." I was like,
I'll definitely say this.
It made me think more than the others.
I don't know if it's the best one, but I know Rise of Skywalker's the worst one.
See, that's the thing, though. I feel like... Sorry. But, I feel like Rise of Skywalker... it had a ton of fan service and such. But at the same time, I feel like... Anyways, the list.
Yeah, so 2. Critics love it. Case in point, Crawl is currently sitting at a very healthy 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, whereas King of the Monsters, which EW gave it a C-, has stabilized at 41%. Oh, that's not even... That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. No, it's stupid. Critics are stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, though, just because it has a good score doesn't mean that, it's at all comparable.
Yeah, honestly. Especially because, critics are, like I said, they're stupid.
That's like being oh yeah, this movie's good and all, but it's no Citizen Kane.
Well, yeah, when you compare it to the perfection.
Exactly. It's okay.
Yeah.
And
3. There's an adorable dog. It's not a point. That's just a difference.
Yeah.
As with any great movie, Crawl has a dog. Sugar, Scodelario's trusty, scruffy, adorable pet companion, gets a fair share of screen time, and to the movie's credit,
so you're telling me...
Spoiler alert, the pooch lives to tell the tale. Crawl understands the sanctity of the lives of our furry friends, and so much so that the movie's Twitter account posted a photo of Sugar with the caption, "#1 rule, always save the dog." Thank you, Crawl. Alas, King of the Monsters features exactly 0 dogs, and tragically sacrifices Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. The latter even prompted a series...
Are you comparing Mothra to a dog? Okay, and also, this begs the question, so you're telling me if they threw a little pooch in Godzilla, that it'd infinitely be an infinitely better movie?
If the dog was just there, it didn't serve a purpose, it was just there.
Exactly.
The latter even prompted a series of tweets with the hashtag Mothra innocent. That's that whole point. So yeah, then...
If you could call it one.
Okay, then we have time.
Also, yeah, how much time?
We're almost out of time, but we've got a minute. Okay, 4. It's short, simple, and suspenseful. Finally, Crawl boasts tight 87-minute runtime. It gets in and gets out before overstaying its welcome.
I'm in there!
And cleanly executes its premise by delivering teeth-grinding tension and gore without relying too heavily on cheap jump scares. King of the Monsters, however, is a bloated 132 minutes long and gets so bogged down in its convoluted plot that even the monster fights become a chore to sit through. Don't get us wrong, Godzilla is a far superior reptile monster than Crawl's alligators in terms of size, look, and pure grit. It just so happens that Crawl is a far superior movie.
No. And on that note...
No. No. Your points are not a measure of quality. They're just showing how they're different.
Here's the thing, okay? If you're gonna make a review about 2 movies, you can't show your bias in the first sentence.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you open with Godzilla's a dumb movie, it's like, okay.
Well, in all fairness, it was a thing talking about, like, how... The whole article was titled Why Crawl is Better Than Godzilla. And I'm like... See, I can't even say one is better than the other, because I haven't seen Crawl. All I know is that... Well, first of all, I have bias, so that's fair enough. But, here's the thing. These movies, from what I can tell, are not comparable. They are completely different genres.
Yeah.
Oh, why are Kelso and Joey fighting?
And on that
stupid note.
big dumb note.
Honestly, like, jeez.
Bye.
Bye.